Hey everybody, hope we're all well. Welcome back to the Trading Couch, myself and Luke here. Today we're actually going to be taking a slightly different approach in terms of the topic. Obviously we said in a couple of episodes back we want to try and deviate away from just Forex related topics. So today we had a quirky little idea. We're going to pick one quote each and pretty much explain what that means to us, and then we'll ask the other person what it means to them, and so on and so forth. So I'll let Luke take roll on this one and tell you his quote, and then we'll both give our opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, so the quote I've got is one of my personal favourites, and I use it all the time when I explain things to my clients or to our clients. I think it's very relatable to me and to us as a business. So the quote is, you can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. Now, that to me can be implemented in so many different ways, especially Forex. It's like saying, we can send you a signal, or we can send you a potential entry, and yes, that will feed you, you'll make some money from it. Or we can actually sit down with you, teach you how to trade Forex properly, get you to the point where you are competent and confident enough to trade independently, and you can feed yourself for a lifetime. You can make money in this field of work, in this line of work, for a lifetime. And yeah, I mean, it's one of my personal favourites because I feel like it can just be implemented in every part of life. I think rather than just like palming people off and handing people things, like actually sit down with them and teach them how to do things. I think knowledge is what's the word? Knowledge in my mind is priceless. And I think if you can spread as much knowledge as possible and you can share as much knowledge as possible, I think that's the best thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, just to lead on from what you said there, like in my eyes, you can never ever be too knowledgeable, and like people are very stubborn. Like even things that are on a topic that you don't think you could ever care about, it's still knowledge. And like I would take it, like there's many times that you'll just start rambling on about something, but it's knowledge, and I'll take it. And I feel like that just proper goes back to what you said as well.
Oh no, what you mean?
I didn't even mean it about that.
Oh, about that? About what we just
mean
talking
it about
Yeah,
that,
we've
yeah.
literally just had like a private conversation about something as well, yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's very true, yeah.
No, but just conversations with so many different people, and like
Yeah.
they'll start going on about something, and majority of people just like, here we go again.
Yeah.
But like genuinely listen, because honestly, knowledge is just the main thing in life that will propel you.
Yeah.
So we have a drink.
I think you're just a bit taken back from before you scarred.
Okay, stop it. My mind's going wild now. So I'm actually going to take a different route when it comes to this quote. Now, to me, I'm actually going to reference this to like dopamine and the effect that has on us. So dopamine is like our reward hormone. So if we do something good, something that we feel like we should be gratified, something that we feel gratified for, we have dopamine released to make us feel rewarded. So for example, you get a kill on COD, there's a dopamine release. You've done something great, you've just got a kill. You're scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, these short snippets of videos, it's just something new, some new dopamine response, something. And the thing is, like, psychologically, that's been imprinted in all of our brains to expect quick and fast results.
Yeah, well,
fast hits of dopamine, and nobody wants to grind out hard work for a large release at the end when they could have these short hits. And I actually I saw something on suggested on YouTube, and it was like how to detox your dopamine or something like that, and it's like a whole monthly like routine or something where you like train your brain into wanting delayed gratification through like spending an entire month doing something to get the result at the end, rather than doing these smaller things each day and getting a result. So the way I'm trying to go with this point is, like you said with trading, it's like you can place trades every day and not really make much, and maybe even just break even, because you're getting that dopamine response of placing the trade and making small amounts of money, or as you say, you can not even trade but spend 2 years learning, and then when you go to trade you'll actually make decent amounts of profit. So you've either got quick dopamine responses and regular responses, or the delayed gratification. And it just comes with anything. Like, if you want to do anything in life, you have to take the long route.
No, 100%. I think nothing comes easy, and I think all great things come in time. Yeah, I think it's extremely important that with any field of work that you go into, you need to realize that to be good at it comes, a lot of learning, and a lot of patience. Like you said, you're not going to get that instant gratification from it. It comes in time, and I think it's so much more worth it and so much more rewarding when, you really have achieved that end goal.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You've taken the time to learn this field of work, and then you are making top dollar. You know what I mean? And I think
for you, now that you've made it in trading, like, that is something that you feel rewarded about every day. Like, every day you can reflect back on that and get a dopamine hit because you spent the time to get to where you are now, and now that you are, that's an achievement for life, and that's something you can look back on every single day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't feel like I've made it though. Like, genuinely, I don't feel like I've made it yet.
That's good, because it's gonna keep giving you that drive and that strive to do more and
like,
keep bettering yourself.
Don't get me wrong, I've done well, and my Forex career is now going very well. Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't say I've made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's good, because for you personally, you're still trying to push for more. But for somebody on the outside who's never traded before, they would look at you and say, he has made it.
Yeah, no, 100%, because I have the knowledge under my belt. I have an account that has plenty of money in it.
Like, you've gone through the process of learning, so it's now just riding it out.
Yeah, I suppose. And I think, I would say, I would consider me making it when I've got a 7-figure account. I'm making 5-6 figures a week. Do you know what I mean? Like, that to me has made it. You know what I mean? Until then, I've not made it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've both given our take on your quote, so I'm actually taking mine from this book from Jordan Peterson. Honestly, get yourself onto him, because I love his seminars. All over YouTube, just type in his name. There is honestly so much content out there.
Yeah,
he does very good. He teaches a lot of young males about psychology and the way that the world is edging, and why so many young males are depressed and face mental issues. So honestly, check him out. But anyway, this is page 88. I'm going to read out, and I'll also flash it on the screen. So he says, "You might object, I should be winning at everything, but winning at everything might only mean that you're not doing anything new or difficult. You might be winning, but you're not growing, and growing might be the most important form of winning. Should victory in the present always take precedence over trajectory across time?" Now, this is very similar, because I actually explained this quote to you before, so I'm going to try and explain it here. So the idea is, it's like, if you're not challenging yourself, you're not growing. So a lot of people will stick in their comfort zone and take that as win. And the thing is, like, you have to risk failure by taking challenges in order to really grow and really succeed. Like, you may just try and shelter yourself from failure and say, because I'm not failing, I'm actually winning. But you're still in the same place. So what he says in the end of that is that, are you okay winning but staying in the same place, or risking failure and exposing yourself to trajectory across time, so winning across time? Like, you have to challenge yourself to these things and step into the uncomfortable and be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To grow.
No, I think, well, it kind of goes back to what we've said in previous episodes, where we've talked about getting out of your comfort zone and doing different things. I think we mentioned it in the Taking the Leap episode, where which I don't actually think. I mean, it will be out actually when this is out. In that, we say that, like, you know, you've just got to go for it. You've got to do these things. I think without taking that leap, and without, like you said, putting yourself at risk and in an uncomfortable situation, you are never going to grow and develop as a person.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what you said, yes, you could be winning in the sense of, like, you are who you are. You're not doing anything to change anything. You are just making small goals and achievements within that. That's fair enough. Yes, you're winning. But would you not rather take those risks, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, positions that you may not have been in before, and actually grow and develop as a person? I think that's a lot more rewarding, and I think that's what he was getting at there, is that, like, you know, by doing that and putting yourself in that strain, you are forcing yourself to grow and develop.
Yeah, and the main thing he talks about is that we have this insane survival instinct that when we're put in uncomfortable situations, we work so much harder, and our brain capacities actually increases massively. Like, if it comes to, let's say you need to, like, think of a new idea, if there's pressure on you, you're much likely to come up with an idea quicker and have it be a better idea. But if there's no pressure, it's going to be a very boring idea. So the idea being, if you expose yourself to that risk, expose yourself to failure, because you know the risk is losing, the risk is taking, you know, having a hit on your ego, you're going to work that much harder. Like, when we both took the leap, which was at different points, and quit jobs, the pressure that then comes with that to perform and work every day is an extra driving force to work harder.
Yeah.
But it's risky.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, talking about ego, I think in order to really succeed in life, you have to fail, and you have to go through failures, and you have to make mistakes, and you have to do all these bad things. You have to go through, basically, you have to go through bad times, and those things are killing your ego. And I think at the end of the day, your ego does need to be killed. You need to be rid of your ego. I think if you have an ego and you're very ego driven, you are going to stay in a comfortable position. You are going to stay in a comfortable state of mind, you know, where you feel confident and where you feel comfortable. You really need to fight off your ego and put yourself in those positions that you haven't been in before.
I feel like the people who haven't gone through shit have such an unrealistic expectation of the world. Like, they expect it's all sunshine and rainbows, whereas, like, the most growth that I got as a person was through the worst times.
Like the darkest times. Yeah, like 100%.
It makes you reevaluate your life.
It
You have
does.
to really sit there and say, what has gone wrong? What do I need to change?
And I think you appreciate the things that you've accomplished, the things that you've got, and where you've come from. You know what I mean? Again, that's destroying your ego, because it's humbling you as a person. You know what I mean? So it just kind of goes back to destroying that ego. Like, you know,
it also quite nicely references into the fact where when you're at those low points, and like we said, when you're taking risks, it's like you feel like you have nothing to lose, so you'll give your all into improving. Like, when you're at the lowest point, like, you're willing to do anything and everything for improvement. And when you're put in such a dire circumstance, like, your body just works so much harder, and you're forced to reevaluate yourself. And
but if you're in a comfortable place, a comfortable state of mind, there is no pressure. Oh yeah, you've got 12 months for this deadline. In fact, we're not even going to give you a deadline. Do as you want, do as you please. You are going to slack. You are not going to put that graft in. You are not going to grind. You know what I mean? There's so many ways it can be implemented. But no, I think that's a brilliant quote by Jordan Peterson, and I think he's a top guy.
I advise anyone. I know I said it is arguably more driven towards younger males, but I mean,
I think he makes some very valid
lessons,
and I think he makes some very, very valid points.
But I think that is going to tie up this episode. We've both given a quote each, both given our thoughts on what that quote means to us and the other person. So we hope you've enjoyed that. Please leave your guys' comments on this, because I'm interested in how you all perceive both of the quotes, because obviously everybody perceives it differently, and if you do perceive it differently, it'll give us a different outlook to it and say, oh, I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Be a nice
And make sure that you let us know what your favourite quote is as well, as that was probably one of mine, and I'm guessing that's one of yours.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what your favourite quotes are, and it'll be good to read them. I'm looking forward to it.
Regardless, I hope you've enjoyed. It's been me and Luke. We will see you next time. We're back here on the Trading Couch.